Okay, so let's dive right in. We've got these reports in front of us detailing some pretty serious recent events. Today we're doing a deep dive into what they describe as a severe escalation between Iran and Israel.
Yeah, and looking through this material, what jumps out immediately is the atmosphere described. Sounds of explosions, air raid sirens. The reports say this is happening across both Iran and Israel. Really underscores how active things are right now, based on this information.
Absolutely. And the sources we have point to a specific trigger for this latest round. They detail an Israeli action happened the day before, reportedly killing top Iranian generals and, crucially, nuclear scientists too.
Right, and the language used in these reports is strong. They're calling this action and the reaction the worst such escalation in decades.
Decades. So our job here, sticking strictly to what's in these reports you've shared, is to really unpack the key facts. What impacts are being reported? What actually happened, according to this material?
Well, let's start with Iran's response, as described in the sources. They mention immediate retaliatory strikes.
Okay, retaliation. What form did that take, according to the reports?
Missiles and drones. The reports talk about a barrage launched towards Israel. They even give a sense of scale, mentioning dozens of Iranian missiles, lighting up the skies over Jerusalem and Tel Aviv overnight.
Wow, dozens. Over major cities like that. And certainly gives you a sense of the intensity being reported. So, focusing on Israel first, what do the sources say about the impact there from those strikes?
Well, the human cost reported on the Israeli side is significant, according to this material. The sources state at least 4 people killed.
4 killed.
Yes, and more than 200 others wounded. It's described as a heavy toll from that specific wave of attacks reported.
A heavy toll indeed. Okay, now let's look at the other side. What do the reports detail about the impact inside Iran from Israel's actions?
The sources indicate a substantial impact there, too. They report at least 80 people killed in Iran.
80. That's a large number.
It is, and the report specifically mentioned, tragically, that this includes women and children. They also cite over 320 others injured. So, yeah, significant reported casualties there as well.
Sobering numbers reported on both sides. Beyond the human cost in Iran, what about the targets? Did the sources specify what Israel hit?
They did detail several types. Residential areas, for one, mentioned in the capital, Tehran. Also, military sites were reportedly targeted, and notably, nuclear facilities.
Nuclear facilities. That
Yeah.
definitely stands out, doesn't it? Did the reports give any more detail on that specific aspect?
Yes, they did. The sources we have specifically mentioned the killing of nuclear scientists as part of these actions. According to these reports, the number is at least 9 nuclear scientists killed so far.
9 scientists killed, alongside targeting nuclear facilities. It does seem to tie back to that description, worst escalation in decades, that the sources use. So if we pull all these reported threads together, the retaliation with missiles and drones, the reported casualties on both sides, civilians included, and these specific targets, residential, military, and significantly nuclear sites and scientists.
Right.
What's the picture the sources are painting here?
I think what the sources really highlight is this direct exchange of significant military force, leading to severe human consequences, as those reported numbers show, on both sides. And it points to a broad range of targets being hit, from homes to very sensitive military and nuclear infrastructure. It seems to be the combination of these reported elements, the scale, the human cost, the nature of the targets, that leads the sources to frame it as such a severe escalation.
It's clearly a complex and tragic situation unfolding, based purely on the information presented in these reports. And as you process all this, drawing only from this material, here's maybe a final thought to leave you with. What might the specific reported targeting of nuclear scientists suggest about the particular nature of this escalation, according to these sources? Something to consider.